Hello again. The BBC never want to ignore an opportunity to trash English history and remodel it in a more up-to-date and multicultural form. I was listening recently to a programme about the period between the Roman occupation of England and the Norman conquest of 1066. What do we call this time? A black mark for all of you who said Anglo-Saxon. Windowless buses will soon be collecting you from your homes and taking you to a political re-education camp. The person on the wireless referred to it as the early medieval period. Depressingly, the very term Anglo-Saxon is now considered racist because it apparently discourages some ethnic minorities from studying the history of that time. 10 years ago, a book of mine was published called Life in Roman London, the History Press, 2011. It's the only popular book in print on this subject. In the final chapter, I tell the story of how various groups of Angles, Jutes and Saxons came to this country from what is now Germany and Denmark. They settled among the Romanised Celts after the withdrawal of the Roman army and eventually took over the country. The word English is cognate with Anglish, the Angle people. That is to say, it relates to the Angles. Because calling it the age of the Anglo-Saxons and Jutes is a bit of a mouthful, it's usually abbreviated to the time of the Anglo-Saxons. Well, until recently, that is. But alas, the Black Lives Matter movement has caught up with it. Yes, it's even reached English history. I provide a link in the description to this video of an article in the BBC History magazine. Because over the years the phrase Anglo-Saxon has been seen by some as synonymous with white, because of course the Anglo-Saxons were all white, it seems some black people are feeling excluded from studying Anglo-Saxon. The very expression Anglo-Saxon apparently conjures up images of white supremacists and the Ku Klux Klan. In America, there are moves afoot to stop using it entirely, replacing it with the less menacing early medieval. Hearing this awful term on the BBC alerts me to the beginning of the end, and it will not be long before Anglo-Saxon, which is a wonderfully evocative expression and tells us about the names of the people who are our forebears, is consigned to the scrap heap of history. For the BBC, there's an additional problem because, of course, they try to pretend that Britain has always been a multicultural society full of black people from the days of the Romans or even earlier. Talking of an Anglo-Saxon period really does hint at a white society, and this is the very last thing the BBC wish to do.